Greeting to Mr. Mutakim, I'm Sue Xian and our group have chosen Keropok Lekor as our presenter product, and we are planning to expand our business to United States. Now, I'm going to talk about the product information of Keropok Lekor. Keropok Lekor is a Malay fish cracker snack. It originates from Terengganu, Malaysia. It is called as Lekor, which is said to be derived from Terengganu Malay, which means roll. Terengganu people will come up an idea of Keropok Lekor is because most of the local people is working as fishermen. There are three types of Keropok Lekor. The first is called as Lekor, which is long and chewy. Second is called as Losong, which is thin. And the third one is called as Keping, which is thin and crispy. They are made from fish meat, sago flour, which is the combination of salt and dough. The fish that they normally choose to make Keropok Lekor is ikan parang or ikan kembang. Because they're using fish to make Keropok Lekor, so it contains high in protein. Normally, people will either deep fry or boil the Keropok Lekor. While eating Keropok Lekor, it is frequently served with dipping sauce, especially Terengganu homemade sauce. In Malaysia, not only Terengganu selling Keropok Lekor, there are several places such as Kuala Lumpur, Negeri Sembilan, Pahang, and Johor. It also extended to other countries such as UK, Australia, China, Brunei, and Singapore. Next, back to Malaysia, people enjoy having Keropok Lekor during festival events like open house and kenduri. Besides, Keropok Lekor is a known and easily found from the stores beside the road to restaurant to market. Not only that, there is numerous stores to be found on the side of highway that passes through rest and service area, or known as RSA and RNR. Normally, they will sell 5 pieces for 1 ringgit. In this 21st century, also known as technological era, many businesses start to use machine to do their business instead of using traditional method. There is a machine for Keropok Lekor as well, and it named as extrusion machine. It is specially designed for Keropok Lekor to solve time constraint problem while producing it. For example, the machine can produce around 17 to 20 kg in 1 hour, compared to conventional method is around 10 to 12 kg per hour. There are 2 ways to pack Keropok Lekor before selling it, which are cryomechanical freezing and vacuum. These 2 ways is to make sure that Keropok Lekor is maintain freshness of it and nutrient will not destroy. After packing, people can easily buy Keropok Lekor through online, for example Lazada, Alibaba, and etc. The price that we'll get when buying through online is 50 pieces, which contain 10 packs for 90 ringgit or 20 pieces per pack for 8 ringgit. Not only that, they also sell Terengganu homemade chili sauce for 5 ringgit per bottle. In addition, many sellers based on customer taste to variant Keropok Lekor. For example, there is one restaurant, Chennai 15 Cafe in SS15 is selling Keropok Lekor with cheese and chili sauce. The price is around 10 ringgit for 14 pieces. Another product that there are variants which are related to cheese, which named as cheese ball Lekor. Price of cheese ball Lekor is around 10 pieces for 5 ringgit. They have chosen a selected cheese to serve with Keropok Lekor. Okay, this is the look of the 2-way packaging of Keropok Lekor, freezing and vacuum. And this is the look of Keropok Lekor that I mentioned earlier, which selling at SS15 at the restaurant of Chennai 15 Cafe. And this is the cheese ball Lekor. Now I will pass the presentation to Fifin. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Fifin and I'll be talking about entry modes. There are 8 entry modes in total, which are franchising, licensing, strategic alliance, turnkey, greenfield strategy, acquisition strategy, and export. Here we are going to discuss which strategy is the most advantageous to be used in expanding Keropok Lekor business to United States. The first one is joint venture. When 2 or more parties comes together and they collaborate their resources and expertise into particular business, they are said to make a joint venture. To understand it better, you can see this picture here. There are 4 parties donating what they got in to build something. That something is called as a joint venture company. There are reasons why we recommend joint venture as one of the strategy to enter US market. Those are because the cost to transport the goods from Malaysia to US is very high. And the second one is pioneering costs. Pioneering costs is a cost that are borne by first mover to educate, promote, and establish the product in the market. So, which kind of company that we should target in joining our strategy? The first one, US-based company. Second, company that is financially secure, have a good reputation and performance, strong and compatible brand with ours. Next. For example, here we have Cruise Market, Usinger, Hamel Groves, and Premium. These are some of the companies that fulfill those characteristics. Most of the companies specialize in sausages, a very similar product with Keropok Lekor. This similarity will make the operation of the joint venture business to be smoother. Other than sausages, this company also market other products like frozen foods and smoked meat as well. In joint venture business, they could have an option to sell their Keropok Lekor by itself, or they could create a new product. For example, Keropok Lekor flavored pizza, burger, or chips. These are the advantages of using joint venture as our entry modes. The first one is shared costs. This is beneficial in a sense that our product is in the introduction stage of product life cycle. And one characteristic of a new product is high cost. Having a joint venture will ease our expense by dividing the cost with our partner. The second advantage is easier way to gain knowledge of our market. Our partner is an expert business entrepreneur in US. Partnering with them will bring us knowledge of the market, the culture, and how things usually function there. Next is being treated as a local company despite being an outcomer. This is a huge advantage for us because US is a country whereas the society is sensitive towards racist difference. Other than that, being treated as a local company gives us the luxuries to be exempted to pay tariff costs. The last one is leaking information. This is actually one of the disadvantages of joint venture. But depending on the perspective, this could also be one of the advantage. Information here refers to something confidential and exclusive for the company. For example, ingredients of product and etc. The second strategy that we recommend is greenfield strategy. Greenfield strategy is a form of foreign direct investment where a parent company builds its operation in a foreign country from the scratch. Compared with joint venture, this is a large scale of investment and actually the largest one out of all entry modes. Because of the amount of the investment, we cannot use this strategy whenever. So when are we going to use greenfield? It's when the product has reached their maturity stage. When US market are already familiar with the product sold, when there is a high demand from the market towards our product. And in the maturity stage, we can expect to gain more profit and we can start investing more. The advantages we get from this strategy are higher control. Because by using greenfield, we have 100% ownership of the company, and we might also expect tax break from the government due to our large scale of investment. Next, I'm going to pass the presentation to Sue Ting.
Hi, I'm Sue, and I'm going to talk about foreign market analysis next. In geographic factors, United States of America is a good location for Keropok Lekor business to expand because it has 50 states and most of the states are tourist attractions. As for example, the famous states are California, Nevada, and New York. Expanding our Keropok Lekor business to these tourist attractions will have a positive impact to our business growth in US. Next, we will be looking at the disaster risk in US. In a research of 20-year research, it showed that 90% of disasters are affected by the weather, and US is one of the countries that record the most heat, which is 472 times, and it is considered top compared to other 4 countries, which is China, Philippines, Indonesia, and India. If there's any disaster happen, most of the equipment in factories and furniture in the shop will destroy. This will require us to bear a higher cost to fix everything. Therefore, high disaster rate will negatively affect our Keropok Lekor business because US is vulnerable to disaster. Next, we'll be looking at social-cultural factors. Based on a recent research from Snacking Motivations and Attitudes US 2015, it shows that there are about 94% of Americans who will snack at least once a day. In the research also, it shows that there are about 50% of adults will snack 2 to 3 times a day, and 70% of Americans agree that anything can consider as snack nowadays. Keropok Lekor is also considered as a healthy snack because it is made out of fish that contains essentials, fatty acids, vitamin A, B12, and D, which is good for your body. Fish is also high in proteins and iron, which is there's high possibility that most Americans will eat the Keropok Lekor. Therefore, it will affect our Keropok business positively. As for buying behavior and social relationships, Americans categorize snacks as their daily routine purchases in which they will purchase it every day, once a week or monthly. They tend to spend a little time in deciding whether to purchase snacks or not and does not need to consult with friends' opinions before making any purchasing. This shows that Keropok Lekor business will sell out easily because customers tend to buy it frequently without doing much comparison. However, it will be good if one person recommends Keropok Lekor to another person, especially in groups of friends or families. Spreading through words of mouth is fast because most of the people tend to believe their friends and families' recommendation in making purchases without hesitation. Both word of mouth and routine purchases will create a positive impact towards our Keropok Lekor business. Next, in demographic factor, we'll be looking at populations. US is the 3rd populated country in the world with a population of 323,995 and 528 people. Carrying out Keropok Lekor business in highly populated country can be advantageous in few aspects. First, it will be when the numbers of citizens in US increases, their consumption towards snack will also increase. Americans will demand more on Keropok Lekor and this will increase the business. As for gender, women tend to drive the most snacking consumptions compared to men. Although both genders say their purpose of snacking is to satisfy one's cravings, but most of their reasons differ from time to time. Most of the women tend to snack because of stress, boredom, or to give indulgence to themselves, while men snack to improve their moods or reduce hunger between meals. It is a good thing that women snack more than men because the women population in US is 164,304,770 people, which is higher than the man population in US. Both populations and genders sub-factors will affect our Keropok Lekor business positively.
Start.
Last but not least, I'll be looking at economic factors. US unemployment rate has dropped from 8.3% to 4.9% since 2014 to 2016, which shows a positive sign to our Keropok Lekor business. Unemployment rate decreases means that there are more people out there can afford to buy things now. Most of the people have stable income now to purchase stuffs, and more people can buy Keropok Lekor. This will increase our Keropok Lekor business sales and profits. As for interest rate, prime lending rate has increased from 3.5% to 3.6%. An increase in interest rate will reduce consumer spending because high interest rate will make it more expensive for people to take out loans and buy things. This can be disadvantageous to our Keropok business because most of the people tend to save out instead of spending out to buy stuffs or snacks. This will make a decrease in our business profits. Next, I will pass it to Azlinah.
Hi, I'm Azlinah. I'm going to talk about some recommendation on marketing mix. Some recommendation can be given to make the product by the population in the United States according to the marketing mix. First, product is an item that is built or produced to satisfy the needs of a certain group of people. To match the preference with the population in United States, the product can be different to Malaysia Keropok Lekor. For example, the company can make Keropok Lekor chips which contains some flavors such as chili, barbecue, and cheese. It will be different with Malaysia's Keropok Lekor. And for the ingredients, it can be made from shrimp, chicken, and fish. Keropok Lekor also can be made by oats and some other healthy ingredients, such as vegetables. The packages for the product can be weighed 300 grams to 600 grams, which will be comfortable for the consumer. Next, I will be talking about the price on the marketing mix. For the starting point of a new product, it will be better if to start with a lower price to attract the customer away from the competitors. A pack of frozen Keropok Lekor can be $8 and can be increased the price according to the customer base. Also, using the product line, the product can be set different price according to different product within the same product range. For example, Keropok Lekor cheese can be in higher price than the original Keropok Lekor, which will be fair for the company and the consumer. Also, the price for big packages can be higher than the smaller ones. Next, for promotion mix for Keropok Lekor, word of mouth it will be the best method to promote the product. The company can target a group of people, for example family and friends, because they will believe the product that is distributed. The product can sell to and attract the first target, family and friends, and if it meets the preference, they will recommend the product to other people. Other than that, advertisement, the product can be done through television, radio, and newspaper, but it will be more effective using social media. The company of the product can create an account and make the post available to be seen for everyone. For example, the page name can be Urban Lekor. From the name, the social media user will be attracted to see the account. Last but not least, place defines where and how the product is bought. For a new product, it will be better if selling the product through reseller as a starting point. The product can sell the Keropok Lekor to the reseller, and the reseller can take in charge of the product to distribute through intensive distribution, where the product can be bought at many places. For example, the product can be distributed around New York City, where it meets many types of different people lifestyles. If the product is successful and become popular in the United States, then the company can start using direct selling. Using e-commerce, where the company can create a website. The consumer can get information of the product such as the price, the ingredients and much more. Thank you.